again, friends and neighbors. Thanks for stopping by once again. I have to start off today's video with a story. This is a true story. So me and one of my neighbors, we're in a war. We're having a neighbor war. Not really. But they did something very irksome, and so I was like, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? They put these two plants in the way. I used to like walk over this little hill, and they put these plants in the way. And so I was all mad, and I was talking to my boyfriend, and I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna poison their plants. And he said, don't poison their plants, honey. And I said, they're never gonna know it was me. I'm gonna poison them. And F those neighbors. I was real mad. It was such a petty thing to do, and I knew I was being petty too, and I thought maybe I would actually do it, or maybe I would just threaten to do it, I don't know. But I was walking by there like 2 days ago. Friends, I'm telling you the true story. I did not poison their plants, but the plants are dead. Someone poisoned the plants, and I swear on my life it wasn't me who poisoned the plants, it was someone else. But it took me a while to convince my boyfriend of this, but it's a true story. They must have pissed off someone else when they did that too. Probably someone else was walking through there, not just me, and they got mad. Neighborhood, petty politics. But apparently the Lord is on my side, so I would like to thank Jesus for poisoning my neighbor's plants. That was real swell. Okay, so what we're actually going to be watching today, I almost forgot about this. What we're actually going to be doing today is reviewing my Princess Diana book. I'm very excited about this. I've been promising you guys Diana for a while, and I have not delivered, but now I shall. So this isn't the actual exact book that I had when I was a little girl. It's the same, it's not the same exact physical book, but this is the same book by the same person and everything. Trevor Hall. So when I was a kid, my family had this fantastic cabin up at Kings Beach, Lake Tahoe. And it wasn't like some fancy posh cabin. I think it started out as a one-room kind of cabin that my great-great-grandparents built, and every generation kind of added another wing onto it. So it was this bit of a hodgepodge of different eras and different houses that were kind of all smashed together. There was a main cabin here, and then there was a smaller cabin over there, and it was all on this property. Anyway, so as kids would go up there, being Mormon, there were a whole bunch of us, and as kids we entertained ourselves. I think they had some VCR up there, but there were only 5 movies up there, and we had already watched all those. We could go on the back porch and play ping pong on the ping pong table, but when I was little I was terrible at ping pong. We could go out back and go sledding down the hill. There was this very steep bare mountain out back behind our house, and it being the 80s and 90s, our parents were like, okay kids, just go have fun. And we would get on these garbage can lids, and we'd just like kind of sled, but there wasn't snow, it was just dirt, and we'd sled down these hills, scraping up arms and knees and like all kinds of abrasions and injuries, and we'd come home dusty and bleeding and happy, usually happy. But that was also very much how the boys like to entertain themselves. What I really like to do, because I wasn't super into, destroying my body, was reading. And one of the many books on the bookshelf was this lovely Diana, Princess of Wales book. I was totally obsessed with Diana because of this book, and my cousin, I don't know if I should be saying all my family's names on here, we'll call her Elizabeth. My cousin Elizabeth was a huge fan of the royalty in England and all this stuff. She was always in love with it. So in celebration for today, before we jump into the book, which I totally love, there we go, we'll get excited about it. Uh-oh. Dang, I'm not doing very good today. What the heck's going on? Whatever. See, I'm still figuring this out, you guys. I don't even know what the heck to do. Good enough. Okay. So, the first thing I got for today is these wonderful Diana earrings. Oh, where's the camera? There it is. They are fantastic, and of course she, being a princess, had a million different kinds of earrings, but these always remind me of the Princess Diana earrings, no doubt because they are the same pair that she is wearing on the cover of this book, which is the definitive Diana book, in my humble opinion. Aren't we twins? Also, you only see her wear it one time in this book. She has a lot more famous pieces that she wears all the time. But she only in one time in this do you see her wear the Queen Mary tiara. But I'm going to wear that one today also. Did you know the real tiara, see those pearls there? They can also be traded out for little emeralds. So it just sort of depends on what mood your Royal Highness is in, what she wants to wear. Doesn't that look vaguely ridiculous now that I'm moving around? Listen, everyone. This is my serious crown. And when you see me wearing my serious crown, you know it's time to be serious. Anything that wiggles around just can't be taken too seriously, you know? Okay, so it's kind of squeezing my brain. Actually, okay, well, this may or may not stay, you guys. We're gonna, it really is squeezing me. Heavy lies the head that wears the crown, eh? So, these are fantastic. I just got them on eBay. They actually came in a set. I have a necklace too, but I just wanted to wear the earrings today. I also got this off eBay. I pretty much live on eBay. I get all my stuff off eBay. And also, I got off eBay, I discovered this is called Penhaligon's Bluebell. And it is purported to be Princess Diana's favorite perfume. And I had to get a bottle of it because I'm just obsessed with Princess Diana. And when I smelled it, I thought it smells vaguely familiar to me. There was something so familiar, I just couldn't put my finger on what it was. And I also cannot for the life of me imagine why Princess Diana's favorite perfume would be familiar to me. We definitely didn't have $400 a bottle to drop on perfume. Did you know this is like $400 a bottle? I got this one like halfway empty off of eBay for about $75 because I'm awesome. So if you don't have $400 to drop on a bottle of perfume, I found some similar scents that might be helpful. The third best one, I think, is called Yardley's of London. This is just the Bluebell and Sweet Pea Eau de Toilette. How do you say that? Eau de Toilette? I have no idea. But just look up Yardley Bluebell. They have Bluebell and Sweet Pea. This one I think smells a little bit more like the Penhaligon's Bluebell. It's very light and refreshing. It doesn't have like that almost baby powdery smell though that Penhaligon's does. Second best is definitely Jo Malone Wild Bluebell. This one was a little bit more expensive than the Yardley's, but super good. And I love the smell of it. Absolutely love it. It's a little bit closer even to the Penhaligon's, I would say. This is the second place. The first place, you're gonna laugh. I'm serious. My friend suggested this one when I was going around spraying the Bluebell on everybody, saying, "This is Princess Diana's favorite. What does it remind you of?" I always like to go around asking people random questions, I guess. And one of my friends said, "That smells just like Sweet Honesty from Avon." And my mouth fell open because a long time ago, my mom used to buy all kinds of stuff from the Avon lady and the Mary Kay lady and all that stuff. And Sweet Honesty, for whatever reason, was the perfume that my mom decided should be mine when I was, I don't know, 13, 14. I was pretty young. And I used to wear this all the time. And when I sprayed it, I'm telling you guys. Well, my Bluetooth just went off and it scared the bejesus out of me. And this stuff though, seriously, it smells so much like the Bluebell. So what I would do if I were you and I didn't want to buy the Penhaligon's, I think it's called Penhaligon's, I don't know, Bluebell, I would get the Jo Malone and the Sweet Honesty. and you spray them together, oh, instant Penhaligon's Bluebell, in my opinion. Ooh, pardon me. Don't be spraying perfume in enclosed areas, friends. Okay, so what we're all really after today is the Princess Diana book. So this is not very comprehensive. This was made in 1982, and it mentions a couple times in here how she's new to the royal family. So I think I'll go through and show you some of the pictures first, and then I'll read some selections off the pages, because I never read this when I was a little kid. I just sort of looked through and admired all the pictures. Oh, this is Princess Grace of Monaco. That would be the one and only Grace Kelly. We'll definitely have to have something on her. And oh, here's Shy Di hiding from the camera. I love Princess Diana's early fashion. There's a lot of very high necklines and lots of really kind of cravats and poofinesses around her neck. It's kind of reminiscent of Queen Elizabeth I, I think. Very romantic. Just gorgeous. Look at those hats too. Don't you love these hats? I love the bows and the hats. What later on they talk about this one and they say how it was a fashion miss. I believe that was for the trooping of the color. I looked up all this stuff. Here is Princess Diana with Princess Margaret, and down on the bottom with the Queen Mother. I think they should have all of them got along famously. I'm sure there's an alternate timeline where Princess Margaret and the Queen Mother and Princess Diana all get along fantastically, and they all go to wonderful parties and wear, you know, haute couture and the Queen's diamonds, and they all sip champagne and they get along like the girls next door. If only life were like the TV shows, eh? Let's see. Oh, I was too young. Was I born? I wasn't born yet for the royal wedding. The only royal wedding that I have seen is Prince William's to Princess Kate, and I love them. I think that is such a romantic story, those two. Oh good, they've got some good pictures of her dress in here, because if you ever watched the footage of it, her dress is so wrinkly when she gets out of that carriage. You'd think that would be a problem they were prepared for. I guess not. It just looks terrible. Here they are setting off on their honeymoon. Poor Charles is just the most offensively ugly man. I don't find anything attractive about him at all. They are up in Scotland on their honeymoon. I do love that picture. There's something so photogenic about Diana. She's not like Vivian Leigh, the most strikingly beautiful woman, but when you see her in pictures, she's just the most gorgeous woman. Oh, here we go. When I was a kid, I was crazy about these ones. The hats. I am pretty sure that Greta Garbo has a famous picture where she's wearing a hat almost exactly like this one, with the feather and everything. I'll probably put it up on my Starlets and Harlots website. Oh, more of the feather, the Greta Garbo feather. Love it. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't she radiant? Ooh, these two dresses I also love. I love very romantic, extravagant things. I'm sure you can tell. I think I have also this necklace of hers. but alas, it is in my collection at home in Lake Tahoe. Right now I'm down in Florida, so a lot of my cool stuff I have up in Lake Tahoe, and I'll wait until I get up there and then I'll do another video or something. Oh, I love the neck on this one. Isn't this just beautiful? She looks positively Edwardian. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Oh, when I was a kid, I was so bugged by these face veils. I thought they were weird, but I love them now. I think they're so chic. I don't know, just romantic. There's something, they strike me as so French. Maybe I'm crazy. Ugh, look what they put this poor woman in when she was pregnant, though. Thank the Lord that I have never been pregnant. I never planned to be pregnant, but especially that I was not pregnant back in the 80s. Look at this. What is this? What is this? Inexcusable is what this is. Who dressed her in this tent? A moo-moo. She's so beautiful nonetheless, but that is the most hideous dress. Somebody has done my girl Di dirty. Now she looks like a movie star in this one. She's starting to look a little more dramatic. Many different moods of Diana. Oh, and there she is in that beautiful, it looks like a colonial era dress to me. This looks like something from 1775 with the square neckline and the poofed out sleeves. Oh, I love it. Just gorgeous. Oh, and down here, she's wearing something a little bit sexy and fabulous. Okay, here you can barely see it, but this is where she's wearing I think this is called the Queen Mary crown. Or Queen Mary tiara, sorry. You can't really see it, but she's down there, she's wearing it. Oh, again, look at these tents they put her in when she's pregnant. This is hysterical. 1980s, what are you doing to pregnant women? Please have some mercy. Was this in the lake? Could you see that? Whoops. Sorry, guys. She's so cute. I had a little outfit almost just like this for Christmas in, I don't know, 1993 or something. I had a little hat just like hers, and it was a red and black gingham instead of this red and brown, but very, very close to that. I'm sure it was kind of styled after this Princess Diana look. It was one of my favorite Christmas outfits. I was very fabulous. I love this coat. I don't see this coat pictured often enough, I don't think. Maybe it's like a pregnancy coat or something, but I think it's cute. I like the little frills around the neck and stuff. This picture, I remember when I was a kid, my mom would always point to that picture and say, "Oh, she looks so pregnant in that picture." And I thought, how do you look pregnant in your face? And now I see what she means. She's just got in my family especially, the women when they're pregnant, they get really swollen noses and kind of swollen pink faces. Yeah, she looks like she's a pregnant lady in my family. All swole up. Beautiful though, beautiful, beautiful. I don't mean to suggest she looks ugly, just, I think my mom was really harsh all the time, and I tend to have that critical eye that I try to tone down. I don't like being so critical. I'm not sure what event this is at, but she looks angelic. Doesn't she look so dramatic in this one? The queen of drama and fashion. I think she was pregnant with Prince William, and they didn't announce it until the next day after this picture was taken, because I believe there's other pictures of her wearing that beautiful dress and sitting in that meeting, and her head is slumped over and she fell asleep. And people were scandalized that the princess fell asleep during a long and boring meeting, no doubt. But So they announced the next day, oh, the princess is expecting the heir to the throne. And so then everyone forgave her for being so tired. Look, it's Elizabeth Taylor. I never noticed. She's down there in the corner. I literally just saw her right now. I grew up with this book and I never noticed Elizabeth Taylor right there. Now that's something to say about Princess Diana. I never went through this book and I never noticed Elizabeth Taylor. Damn. Oh, here she is again, poor girl, in one of these dreadful maternity outfits. Oh, all the neck things. Princess Diana always has something frilly going around at her neck. This is one of like if I was going to be a cosplayer for Diana, I would get lots of things with frilly necklines. Whoop. Just gorgeous. I'm never going to get over this colonial style dress. This red one. She should have worn red more often. She looks great in red. You know what I'm gonna say. Why? Why? Oh, she must be at one of the polo matches. Oh, look, it's Fergie. Good old Fergie. I actually don't know a whole lot about Fergie, except that she is very beautiful, and she was one of the Windsor wives, and she and Diana had kind of similar downfalls, I guess. Except Fergie is still, I think, in kind of the good graces with the royal family, whereas Diana was possibly, well, we'll just say she was not in their good graces. Oh, these pictures I totally love. The best pictures of the proud mama with the baby. Princess Diana was always one of these ladies who you could tell really loved motherhood and really wanted to be a mother. And I think it's just so beautiful to see new mothers with that little baby that was so longed for. Oh my gosh, you guys. They have done my boy Prince William so dirty. Look at the picture that they chose to put in this book. No. Don't lie to me and tell me that was the best picture of him. It was not. Look over here at these ones. These ones are cute. But this one, he looks like an alien. I'm not gonna lie. This is not right. Oh, more Princess Diana. Quieting the little baby William. Oh, so sweet. And I think that is about the end. We'll have Diana. Goodbye. Thanks for coming. In that fabulous little pink sailor type outfit. Very 1980s. Okay. Okay, so I wanted to, go through and take a couple excerpts out of the corners here of what it says. It's really interesting. I would highly recommend you go on eBay and get yourself a copy of this. Just Diana, Princess of Wales by Trevor Hall, and read it because it really vacillates between being very complimentary and positive towards Diana and then saying some kind of inappropriate cutting things. I hope I've lined out some good passages that will illustrate what I mean. Just what is it about her? More than 2 years, under the incessant gaze of the public eye, have left Diana, Princess of Wales, less of an enigma than she was, but in her popularity, seemingly boundless as it increases almost by the week, has every social commentator, every royal watcher, and even her own admirers stumped for adequate or logical solutions. It goes on about how unbelievably popular she is and how they thought it would die off after the wedding, but it did not. Beautiful wedding pictures. Vaguely talks about her privacy being invaded when she was photographed in a bikini, which did not please the queen. Her wedding day appearance on the palace balcony, surrounded by so many children, was a symbol of regeneration. Flanked by a family of in-laws creeping towards increasing staidness, with the queen herself almost as revered as any of her august matriarchal ancestresses, Diana received the sort of ecstatic acclaim once reserved for Elizabeth II herself in the earliest years of her reign. That is not to suggest that the queen is about to be permanently upstaged, or that Diana could teach her a thing or two about creating rapport with her people. The queen's more restrictive role and her deeply incalculated empathy towards the inherited dignity of her position make it difficult to avoid distancing herself circumspectly from all but relatively few of her subjects, or to get involved physically or conversationally in anything which might suggest the remotest taint of gimmickry or the second rate. Any loss of face would be a disaster she would not care to court. Diana, on the other hand, has enjoyed relative freedom, unaffected by the limitations of the very highest protocol. Both as fiancée and wife of the Prince of Wales, she has been able to set her own pace, adopt her own guidelines, and pursue her own natural and unaffected way with the people who will one day be her husband's subjects. In doing so, she has shown that there is a place for youth in a revered institution, and she may already have prevented the onset of a crustiness which has long been criticized in the long-established and unchanging courts of previous eras. That seemed a little unnecessarily prickly about comparisons between her and the queen. That seemed a little bit like defensive or something. I was just kind of surprised by the tone there. Also, I think history has proven that to be a little bit untrue, perhaps. Diana expressed chafing at the extreme restrictions of royal life, and so she's avoided from not being at the very highest of the institution. What are you talking about? They're second in line. This is more protocol than any person would ever have been accustomed to in their life, and they just really kind of gloss right over that. I think this is interesting because this is written, she's only been in the royal family for like 2 years at this point when this book is written, so I just think it's interesting stuff. Let us continue reading some of the interesting things it has to say. Oh, this part, guys. Few would rate Britain's latest princess as ravishingly beautiful. Her profile betrays a hint of what would, in an earlier age, have been called plainness. But she sports a vivacious attractiveness which has made her something of a heroine in the eyes of even the most hard-bitten skeptics. It comprises of all those qualities which traditionally capture the imagination of the male sex and provoke the envy of her own. So, is she plain, or is she like a hot bomb who all the guys want and the girls are jealous of? Exactly what did that whole comment, what did that paragraph mean? What are you talking about? This is a very pro and con kind of. You guys got to read this book. It's fascinating. It's very short, but very interesting. On walkabouts, a term she has interpreted more liberally than most, she has dived into crowds, shaking hands with whoever put theirs her way. She has chatted, as few royals do, with all and sundry, not simply to the chosen few, and on all subjects. When it was known that her baby was on the way, few occasions went by without her making some reference to one or other aspect of motherhood. Oh my gosh, she talks to people like a normal human being. Like, the fact that this is commented on is just hysterical to me. With children, she has been a sensational success. No proffered flower has been spurned, no request for a kiss unrequited. Here is the same innovative approach which 60 years before marked out the lady who is now the Queen Mother as the genial and persuasive debunker of outdated royal taboos within an institution fast becoming fossilized by the repressive deposits of Victorian protocol. Like her, Diana has not embarked on a specific crusade to ring the changes. Her approach is entirely natural, born of a fundamental fondness for others, which her own past may have taught her was the only grace worth striving for, both to acquire and to retain. So you see, it says such nice things about her, and then it says such harsh and scathing things. And I like how, I found it interesting, at least in there, how it compared her to the Queen Mother. And I just wish that, you know, this story could have been differently, and all these women could have banded together and really learned from each other's life experiences instead of devolving into, I think, what was a lot of jealousy from the family of royals towards Diana, unfortunately. That's my take on it. I mean, was I there? No, I just read the books, okay? There is this is, okay, here, this part goes on for a while. Buckle in, friends. There is in this line of thought a stubborn streak in Diana, and some observers have not been slow to spot it and build on it. There was no shortage of examples of her early influence over Prince Charles. His steeplechasing stopped, his valet was sacked, some long-term friends have, by all accounts, been cold-shouldered, and his skiing and fishing holidays have come to an end. Yeah, guys, we never see Prince Charles go on a skiing holiday again. I'm sure he never went fishing ever again. And I'm so sorry to hear how Camilla got the cold shoulder. That sentence there, you see me stuttering for words. Outrageous, appalling nonsense. Incredible. While some of these changes might merely have been the result of a variation in lifestyle common to all newly married men, the thread of steel running through Diana's willowy, feminine frame was all but visible as she dismissed 2 personal bodyguards in succession, picked a brief but well-publicized quarrel with her husband while hunting at Sandringham, and showed persistent displeasure at a race meeting. Within days, those columnists who were not busy foretelling the breakup of their marriage occupied themselves building around these successive demonstrations of momentary dissatisfaction some intricately worked and unattributed insights into Diana's long-term ambition, nourished from the age of 15, it was said, to become the wife and heir to the throne by hook or by crook. I think every single woman in the universe who ends up marrying a prince or anyone above their station gets accused of being a Wallis Simpson or a Meghan Markle. Now, I certainly think Wallis Simpsons and Meghan Markles exist, but it's not all of them. Jeez, I think, yeah, if you're gonna get married to a prince, get ready to be Markled. Let's see, at the age of 15, even at the tender age she was, they alleged, watching Charles' courtship of her sister Sarah, looking for clues that would help her when her own turn came to attract his attentions, and just waiting for her to make the fatal mistakes. Which, of course, as in all fairy stories which end happily, she did. It was riveting stuff. Popularity does not lend itself to easy analysis, but there can be little doubt that Diana's, much as it derives from her own personality, owes something to the fact that she is married to a very popular prince. And how great is this prince? Oh, well, they'll be very happy to tell you. As the 21st Prince of Wales, Charles has quietly and comprehensively outshone the legendary reputations of 2 of the most dazzling of his predecessors, Edward the Edward the Seventh and Edward the Eighth, by the simple expedient of hard work, sympathetic concern, a thirst for fresh knowledge and experience, and an infectious sense of humor. Yeah, those are the first things I think of when I think of Prince Charles. The fact that while he was single, every young girl and her mother yearned to kiss him, and many succeeded as he walked among them, seemed to fortify the nagging urgency of marriage to fulfill the popular romantic ideal. Yet for years he picked and chose his way through a chain of girlfriends without even giving the appearance of the earnest perspective of bridegroom. An attitude which at one time suggested the unthinkable, that he would remain a bachelor for want of a woman good enough in his eyes to become queen to the crown of over 1,000 years. Oh yes, Charles was just looking for the perfect woman. It's the way that they defend the royals and paint them out to be absolute saints, and they just pick and pick and pick at the imperfections of Diana. Even in this book which I love and is purported to be like in her favor to make her look good, is very carefully making sure that she's not quite as good as the royals. In my humble opinion, that's what I'm noticing. I'm scandalized, you guys. I'm scandalized by this book. Okay, so we're almost at the end. I think that was pretty much the most interesting things I had to say. It ends with talking about how she's getting ready to go on a 6-week tour of Australia and New Zealand. She ends up taking baby William with her because she was unwilling to leave her 6-month-old child at home for such a long stretch of time. Another big difference in the way that monarchy was and monarchy is. So that was a really good thing that she added to them. The monarchy has been with us for so long that it logically should have exhausted its appeal decades or even centuries ago, but to say so ignores the value of personal commitment and of the occasional timely fresh touch of blood. Diana has, in less than 2 years, provided that and more, which is why we can be confident about the institution in which she will someday be queen consort, about its future and its gentle, popular, and beneficial influence on the society of the 21st century. So definitely get this book. Definitely read the interesting commentary. I didn't read all of it that runs throughout it. And definitely check out the incredible and beautiful fashions of Miss Diana. Here's my favorite page. Once again, the 2 best dresses. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this little perusal of my Diana, Princess of Wales book. Next time, I think we should actually be back to the vintage Playboys, because I got the 1974 issue, the one that has the double-sided centerfold. So that'll sort of be added to our trifecta of our little double-sided Playboys that we've been going through lately. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you when I see you. Take care.